Well, hello again. I'm Nathan Judah. It's about 5:30, just after 5:30, Friday, September the 1st, deadline day. I'm here, as always, with Wolverhampton Wanderers reporter, the cherub of my life, the apple of my eye, Mr. Liam Keane. Liam, how's it going?
Busy. It's nice to be
Busy,
busy. It's nice to be busy. I'm happy.
busy. I've seen you before earlier on today. I'm getting a bit sick and tired of your face. No, I'm not really, because there's some action. We've had some positive and maybe negative news in the last couple of hours. So maybe just a little collection. Let's go down south to Southampton after the excellent win there last season. Che Adams, Southampton player. Is he still going to be a Southampton player? Liam Keane.
It looks that way at this
Oh,
stage. So
right.
I think to mixed reviews, to be honest, from what I've seen, well, certainly in terms of social media reaction to Che Adams potentially becoming a Wolves player. Wolves were in talks over a loan deal with an option to purchase him next summer. A lot of the reports around that option was around the £15 million mark. And a lot of other clubs wanted him, as I mentioned previously. Everton were looking at him earlier in the window. Bournemouth looked at him today, as well as in previous days. Wolves had a little bit of competition, but Wolves were in a good position to sign him. He has a year left on his deal. Southampton wanted him to sign a new contract and then go out on this loan with an option. And the Saints have decided to block the deal. So at this stage, it looks as if Che Adams will be going nowhere to Wolves or otherwise, and staying in the Championship.
Okay, so that's that. We'll go to potential signings later on this evening in a little bit. What about the news from France, with a certain French young lad whose name you butchered earlier on? Now you've had a couple of hours. You've had a couple of hours to prepare yourself. So I'm thinking you've probably done a little bit of YouTube. You've done a little bit of research. I'm expecting you to pronounce this superbly to a T. Go on.
You think far too highly of me, I'm afraid. I'm pretty sure I did a good job last time, so I'll go for it again.
Okay.
Jean Rickner
Who?
Don't start.
What?
Jean Rickner Bellegarde. I'm going for that. And if I'm wrong, I do apologise to the player and
The Bellegarde family.
And yeah, exactly, and the family. But I'm hoping that's right. Anyway, the more important stuff is that Wolves are working quickly now to get a permanent deal for Bellegarde from Strasbourg. So quite well for me, a fairly straightforward replacement for Mateus Nunes. He's a player who can play central midfield, can also play out on the left. Had a look at his stats for last season as well, and he played a couple of times on the right. So he's a versatile player, forward-thinking midfielder, wide forward kind of player. Of course, Nunes has been playing out on the wing for the back end of last season and beginning of this season up until he left. So it seems like a direct replacement for Mateus Nunes. Wolves have got a deal in principle for £12.8 million, and the player's still in France. So in order to get this deal done before 11 p.m. tonight, when the deadline slams shut, Wolves officials are flying over to France as we speak to get this done. The indications are positive for Wolves. Look, they wouldn't be flying out there. They wouldn't have a fee agreed if it wasn't going in the right direction for him to become a Wolves player. But you've now got to get all of the finer details of the deal complete, and that includes a medical once they arrive over in France. So it's moving quickly. They should, as you say, it's about 5:30 now, so they should have more than enough time to get this done before 11 p.m. But of course, they are racing against the clock a little bit as well. So hopefully, exciting times. A player coming in on transfer deadline day, and deja vu from last summer when they flew over to France to get Boubacar Traoré done on deadline day.
Look, decent fee, Liam, and if this does go through, you're looking at the best part of with the players that are coming already. Best part of 35 million quid that Wolves are spending here overall. I mean, that's if you said that to me or you 2 weeks ago, you'd have laughed in the face. I know, obviously, the Nunes sale changes things a lot, but at the same time, that's some turnaround.
No, absolutely. I think let's do the maths quickly, because I do struggle. I do struggle with maths, as you well know, any poddy listeners here. So we're looking at 5 million for Enzo Gonzalez. I've got a calculator in front of me.
Oh, here we go. I love it. Start with a 5.
As I'm sure you could have told by me looking to my side.
This is why people watch this for this show. I mean, show the calculator. That's fine. It's fine. Plus
8.5 for Santiago Bueno.
Okay. 13 and a half.
Tom Doyle was a loan. So to look at 12.8 for Balgard. That's only 26.3, and there's no one I'm missing there so far.
No.
So I'm not quite sure.
You got Bueno.
Got Bueno down. So I'm not quite sure where you came with the 35 figure.
Okay, well, okay, maybe not 35, but I'm adding Doyle to it as well at the end of the season.
Yeah, end of the season that would take it to just over 30. So obviously, but in terms of finances this summer, that obviously wouldn't count to this financial year. But regardless of that, look, they made a £15 million profit on Nunes. So you're looking at a net spend purely just based on the profit with Nunes of around about 10, 11 million. Albeit it's not zero. It's not a massive outlay. But allowing Nunes to go for the money they did has given Wolves the opportunity to bring quantity as well as hopefully quality of players in late in the window. Hence why there was 2 yesterday, Tommy Doyle and hopefully Balgard today, taking it to 4 in the last couple of days. And of course, missing out on Che Adams. I think they would like another forward, but it's looking unlikely at this stage. But want to keep an eye on, and if they can add another one, they will. But it's a race against time, really.
Well, that's what I was going to say now. So let's say you've got let's say Adams is dead. I'm going to call him Bellegarde. I'm going to say the D will be silent, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Depends on French pronunciation. I know you only got a D at GCSE. Someone got an A across the screen from you. But is there anyone else? If for anyone, well, wow, maybe. Well, yeah. To be fair, did all right in Lanzarote pre-season. I'll give you that.
Benidorm.
Benidorm. They're all the same, aren't they? Gutbuster breakfasts. What could you see a late deal? Could we see a late striker deal from nowhere alone? I mean, Iheanacho's been talked about, hasn't it? But I mean, I think Leicester want Leicester want a lot of money for him. I said 17, 18 million pounds. Wolves are just not going to pay. But could we see something right until deadline day? Will they have? Are they making? Do you think moves behind the scenes to try and see what is available? Whether they can get one more striker, maybe not a starting striker, because you're looking at Fabio getting the number 9 shirt today. You're looking at, of course, Cunha. You've got Kalajdzic, but maybe someone to supplement that alongside Gonzalez.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. They'll have, as mentioned in the previous video, they'll have 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 different players beyond the first choice or the players they're working on that will be options that they can move on. I think Wolves absolutely would want to add another forward if they can. Don't think it's a major priority, hence why they're trying to get the Balgard deal done late on. And if they can make something happen, they will. I'm sure they'll have some irons in the fire. But the current feeling at the moment is that it's going to be unlikely. I mean, they did have a look at and are interested in Boulaye Dia at Salernitana. I hope I've got that right. Over in Italy.
It's a chocolate spread, isn't it?
Shut up. So look, they've obviously got players they like in those forward areas, and they've certainly had a look at a couple. And yeah, they would like to do something, but time may be against them. It looks a little bit unlikely, but we're still plugging away here to try and find out if there's anything late happening in the next few hours.
Any chance of Daniel Podence going or what? Come on, lad.
So yeah, look, Qatar and Saudi Arabia sides both reportedly in for him. I think Wolves absolutely want to get him off the books and sell him without a doubt. With 1 year left on his deal, he's clearly not happy there, not part of the plans, not been training with the team. And but those two nations, the clubs there, the transfer window doesn't close for a little bit yet, so there's no immediate pressure to sell him today if he is going to go to one of those two nations. But of course, you've got to get the deal done. So yeah, working to get him out, but slightly less pressure on having it done today in comparison to, of course, bringing players in.
Well, I said at the top of this video, Mr. Liam Keane, that it was 5:30. This hasn't been edited at all since I'm talking to you at 6:38, such as deadline day. But a little bit of extra news. So, I thought I'd bring you the latest. And Johnny, the right back, left back, right winger, of course, now, as we saw on Tuesday night against Blackpool. A bit of news on him. Is he going? Where's he going to?
He's going nowhere. So he's been free to leave all summer, as we all know. The club have been open to offers. They've been happy to let him go. I think he's clearly not first choice. And obviously, with Matt Doherty coming in and currently, 2 left backs on the other side as well, he's out of favour, to say the least. But the difference with Johnny in comparison to Matheus Nunes, who of course went on strike, and then of course Daniel Podence, who we all know is a difficult character and has not been training with the first team. Johnny has been a professional. He's been easy to work with. He's indicated that he's happy. And Spanish side Getafe, as well as another unnamed Spanish team, both made offers to take him, to sign him, and he's indicated to the Wolves hierarchy that he wants to stay and fight for his place. And Wolves have decided that they're happy to grant him that, and he's going nowhere, at least between now and the winter window at the very least. So Johnny's going to be staying. He's going to be part of the squad. He's going to be fighting for his first team place. It's going to be a difficult fight for him, but he is going to be doing that. And credit to him. Look, he's I'm sure he gets paid very well at Wolves. I'm sure he's very settled at Wolves. I'm sure that all plays a big part. But for him to have shown a commitment to the club, whereas others haven't, I think he deserves a bit of credit.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, he's got 2 years left on his contract?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he does. So, look, as I said, there's plenty of reasons why it would make sense for him to stay, as well as away from the professional and football side of things. But to have shown that kind of commitment, be rewarded with the start against Blackpool, and by all accounts, from what you've told me, played very well. Then yeah, he deserves the credits that, from what I've been seeing on social media, he's been getting since I put this news out. Fair play to him for showing the kind of commitment, and this is what Wolves need going forward from every member of the squad.
Liam, thank you very much. Keep on following Liam throughout the evening until 11 o'clock, witching out. To be fair, we'll probably be going past midnight, won't we, as well? So just keep an eye out, and of course, Wolves podcast to come as well. We'll see you soon.